It's me, Jessica Bieber, and today I thought I would do something that is kind of weird. Is this like my first collab? So my dad is like basically like one of those dads who's like interested in anything that I like, and you know, I like K-pop, so he's like quite interested and he knows like all of the songs, and we always talk about it. And he's like, oh, what's going on in the K-pop world, and he's just like invested, if that makes sense. So I thought like, oh my god, he knows loads of songs. Should I ask him to do this for a video? Because it would be funny, it would be interesting, you know what I mean? So he's recently got out of the hospital. He's on cancer treatment at the moment. He will be going back after Christmas, but I just thought it'd be fun to do this with him, and it was fun to make this video. So without further ado, let's get into my dad's top 10 K-pop songs, period.
Number 10, I've got Mamamoo Twit.
Why is that?
It's just full of attitude, and yet more attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got that nice little kind of Eminem style intro at the start, and that whole vibe going on.
Eminem?
Kind of a hip-hoppy, like a 90s hip-hoppy start to it, you know?
Okay, don't see it, but go off, I guess.
Well, I'm a 90s child. A bit later than that, really, but you know. After that, G-Idol, Oh. Could have picked quite a few G-Idol songs, but I picked this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's this type of song you could have heard on GTA, on Radio Los Santos.
Uh-huh.
Loved it. Had that whole kind of LA vibe thing going on. They reinvented themselves well.
Yeah, it was a bop.
After that, second song from Mamamoo, Hip.
Mm-hmm.
Again, attitude, you know. Hwasa is definitely the queen in waiting. She's, you know, something your mother said, and I'll nick her line, she's like an Asian Beyonce. After that, Blackpink, Kill This Love.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute killer track from... They're kind of this year's global sensation, aren't they? I mean, you went down to see them.
They love to praise.
Yeah. I mean, and the horn section is just... Love a good horn section. It's just killer. After that, you'll like this one. UN Village, Baekhyun.
Period.
Is just such a laid-back groove. I mean, I'm going to be controversial here if I'm honest. I do think his solo stuff is better than EXO stuff.
Wow.
But, you know, I'm just an old timer. What do I know, eh?
Well, no, like, some of his stuff is, like, a bit better, but, like, I think it was better than the one that they released.
His solo stuff has such a vibe to it. I mean, I could have gone there with Joppin. Obviously, it's not all him, but he was the pick of the bunch out of that lot as well, wasn't he?
Can't say that. The Super M stans will get mad.
Sorry, Super M's. Whatever that means.
Oh, bye.
And then you've got to have Momoland in there, haven't you?
Well,
You've got to have the...
You can't be my dad if there's no Momoland, so...
You've got to look after the Merries. Or
exactly.
or as I used to say, the furries, but I got that totally wrong. What can I say? Just cheesy, but so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to just hashtag here, bring back Daisy.
And Taehan Yeonwoo.
Them too, but bring back Daisy.
What's different about Daisy?
Well, it was when Daisy used to co-present on Pops in Seoul.
Yeah.
Her and Nancy had such a double act going.
Yeah, they're iconic, not gonna lie.
Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say. Hashtag bring back Daisy. Let's get it trending, folks.
And Taehan Yeonwoo.
Yeah.
Bye. He's a solo stan.
So after that, we're getting into the kind of the top half of the table. Cherry Bullet, Q&A. Not the most popular song in the world. Probably not the biggest debut, but I thought it was a quirky little debut.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the messenger ID line.
Right.
I don't know why, I just loved that line. And kind of the 8-bit video style took me back to when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably like one of my favourite like MVs this year, so...
That's what it used to be like, playing video games.
Well, I don't think so.
It was as bad as that 8-bit, I'll tell you. It's never a list without Taeyeon, is there?
No.
I mean, if Hwasa's the queen in waiting, Taeyeon's definitely the queen.
Period. The Korea's it girls.
Yeah, I mean, it's always guaranteed from Taeyeon. You always get something class and quality. But she always manages to make each one just that little bit different and put a stamp on it, you know?
Period. They love to praise.
Top 2, Fancy You, Twice.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't like it at first. Couldn't understand it, couldn't rate it, but it just grew and it grew and it grew. I think just from the amount of times I heard it coming from your room, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of the same though, because it came out like... It came out like not early this year, but like I thought it was just kind of like boring at first, but then I like listened to it more. It got better.
It was a right grower, and the remix that you showed me on one of those end of year shows where they kind of rocked it up.
That was only today, so...
Yeah, I thought that was brilliant though. I thought that was a cracking remix, and it kind of gave the song something else as well.
Me and my friends thought it was like Coachella vibes.
Yeah, totally. And then number one, probably I think it's the biggest ever debut, was it?
Well, of this year.
Yeah, has to be a little bit of Itzy, Dalla Dalla.
Mm-hmm. It's iconic.
Absolute bop. Loved the video. It looked almost British, the video. When, you know, the bit with the coloured houses.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a very, very iconic London look. But it was just such a catchy, infectious hook on it, you know, and it just, again, at the time, it was just everywhere, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're the rookies of the year.
Yeah.
They won that award a few times.
Rightly so. It just remains to be seen in 2020 whether they'll follow it up.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any special mentions? Things that aren't on the list?
You could have put a couple of G-Idols in there as well. They always manage to reinvent themselves quite well, don't they?
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, they can seemingly move from one style to another.
Yeah.
Like Senorita,
Was.
an absolute bop.
Okay.
I mean, that bit in the vid where the trumpet drops as the beat drops.
Yeah, like that's my favourite part of the MV.
It's just absolute class. There's some which probably aren't this year.
Just name them anyways and I'll say if they're this year or
Well,
not.
Taeyeon had another one, start of the year.
4 Seasons.
Yeah.
That one was good.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And that's it really. I'm a bit blank, but hey, I'm a 51-year-old Northeast male. That's probably all I should know about K-pop, you know?
I think you know a bit too much, to be fair.
That and Drag Race, isn't it? It's somewhat disturbing. But there you go. But my inspiration comes from you, my sweet.
Yeah. Period.
You can stop cringing now.
You got any final words for my subscribers?
Hit the button, spread the word.
What?
The buttons, the like buttons, the share buttons, the
Okay.
the publicity. Is that what the young folks say? The young people?
What are you doing?
Should I stop embarrassing you now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll shut up. Been lovely chatting with you though.
Period. Say
RT period.
Ew! That is awful. You need to say who would you say is your favourite K-pop idol this year? You need to be like Stan and then that idol.
Stan, oh, you told me I had a Stan before, but I couldn't remember who it was. I think male, it's always got to be Bakers, hasn't it? Young Baekhyun.
Well, yeah, obviously.
You see, female, you'd probably take the most recent ones you hear, so Hwasa's going to be up there. Taeyeon's going to be up there as well, but there's just too many to choose from, you know? If I had to pick between the two, it's always got to be Taeyeon with Hwasa just following ever so closely behind.
What about Nancy?
Nance is Nance, isn't it? She's like on a separate level, especially with all the stuff that she's going to be doing in the Philippines and everything like that. You know, it's going to be huge, and you know, especially with you going to the Philippines later on this year as well. By the time you get there, that telenovela or whatever it's doing will probably be completed and aired. So that should be quite interesting as well, you know?
Yeah.
Should be interesting to see. So Momoland kind of standalone as your separate kind of little cheesy, guilty secret type of band.
I'm not guilty about Stan and Momoland.
Yeah, you know,
Why?
you know what I mean. But they're just, they're kind of up there. That as I wouldn't even say novelty act, but they don't take themselves seriously. They always have a bit of cheesy fun with it, you know. And
period.
that's it, really. I think I'm bereft of words now, my child.
Okay. So you need to say Stan Taeyeon and... So,
Stan Taeyeon, Stan Hwasa, Stan Nancy.
period. And then at the end of my videos I say watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood for clear skin.
watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Clear for skin.
For clear skin.
For clear skin.
And subscribe.
And subscribe. And tell all your friends to subscribe too.
Period.
And your parents now.
I don't think so.
Awkward.
And you know, that is it. I hope you guys found him entertaining. Tell me if my dad has got taste. Yeah, he already said it. Stante, how much for my language with clear skin. Bye.